All right, let's dive in. Today, we're talking about something that's really at the intersection of care, safety, and some pretty incredible innovation. It's called the IoT Wearable GeoShield, and it's a system designed to give a little more peace of mind to caregivers and a whole lot more safety for people with cognitive disorders.
So, to really get why this tech even exists, we have to start with a pretty tough question. For anyone who's ever looked after a loved one with Alzheimer's or dementia, or even a child who tends to wander off, this question, it hits home hard.
And that really gets us to the core problem here. We're talking about a caregiver's constant fear.
And look, this isn't some rare, one-off thing. For literally millions of families, this is a daily reality. It's this deep, nagging anxiety, that heart-stopping moment of panic when you turn around and someone you're responsible for is just gone. You have no idea where they are or if they're okay.
And that fear? It's completely justified because the dangers are very, very real. When someone wanders off, every single second is critical. The big problems are, slow response times and huge gaps in information. First responders might show up, but they have no clue about the person's medical history or who to call. And that information gap, that's what leads to a tragically high mortality risk in these situations.
Okay, so with a problem this big and this serious, a team of researchers came up with a really smart answer. Let's introduce the GeoShield solution. So, what is GeoShield? Well, it's a direct answer to all those dangers we just laid out. It's an IoT wearable, Internet of Things, and it's built to give caregivers exactly what they've been missing: reliable, real-time location data. The kind of data that lets you take immediate, informed action.
And the goals for this project were super clear right from the get-go. This wasn't about making some fancy, expensive gadget. No, the whole point was to create something accessible, low cost and sustainable. The end game? To slash emergency response times and, well, to keep vulnerable people safe. It's that simple.
Okay, so that's the what and the why, but how does this thing actually work? Let's break down the tech.
This is where it gets really clever. GeoShield isn't just one thing. It's a two-part system. You've got GeoPro, which is the active tracker, and then Let's Track, which is a passive ID. It's like one part tells you where they are, and the other part tells you who they are. Let's look at each piece.
All right, first, we've got GeoPro. This is the active piece of the puzzle. It's the part of the system that's always on, constantly figuring out a person's location in real time. So how does it do that? Well, it uses GPS to get the location, and then it shoots out alerts using the same network our phones use, GSM. So think of it like an automatic emergency text that goes straight to the caregiver. And here's the really important part. It's designed to keep that connection going even if the network signal is bad. That's absolutely crucial.
Okay, now for part 2 of the solution, Let's Track. So if GeoPro is all about finding the person, Let's Track is all about helping whoever finds them first.
And this is just so simple and smart. It's a wearable QR code. That's it. A first responder, or heck, even just a kind stranger, can scan it with their phone and boom, they get instant access to all the critical info: medical conditions, allergies, emergency contacts. Plus, it's made from tough, sustainable stuff, so it's built to last. So let's walk through how this all works together, from start to finish. Step 1. The wearable is on and active. Then, GeoPro starts tracking location with GPS. It sends that data out over the mobile network, which triggers an automatic alert to the caregiver's phone. And at the very same time, that Let's Track QR code is right there, ready to give all the vital info to anyone who finds them. It's just a really smooth, seamless process from uh-oh to okay, we know what to do.
So when you put these two pieces together, what you have isn't just another gadget, it's what the researchers call a complete safety solution.
And these aren't just theoretical benefits. They've been tested and proven. The system flat out works. It delivers that real-time location and data, and that directly leads to faster, better emergency responses. And remember, it was designed to be affordable so real families can actually use it. Plus, it's durable and eco-friendly. It really does tick all the boxes for a solution that can work in the real world. And this quote from the team behind it just says it all, right? Provides a complete safety solution. It shows that their goal was never just to build a tracker. It was to build a whole system that tackles every single part of a wandering emergency.
But of course, the work isn't done. Innovation never sleeps. The team is already looking down the road at what's next for GeoShield. So, let's talk about the future of safety.
So what's on the horizon? Well, for starters, making the devices even smaller and more comfortable, that's a big one. They're also working on a cloud dashboard so a caregiver could see everything in one place on their computer or phone. And, as always with wearables, they're pushing for better and better battery life.
And all of this leaves us with one last big question to chew on. When you see a technology like GeoShield, something that gives peace of mind, speeds up help, and actually saves lives, it really makes you think, doesn't it? It makes you wonder about how technology and just basic human caring are coming together. So could tech like this actually redefine what it means to care? That's a powerful thought to end on.